Thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. I hope you're having a great day. Stay positive, stay focused. Let's get to it. What is the hot topic that's going on YouTube or Instagram? Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Don't forget, the Cash App is Let's Talk About It Media. Thank you for all your love and support.
So don't forget to like, to comment, but be kind, and also turn on the notification bell. If you don't want to leave a comment, that's fine. Please leave a thumbs up, a heart, a rose. Any positive interaction with the page really, really, really helps. Let's get to it. Let's talk Kanye West. He sat down with Big Boy, him and Ty Dolla $ign. They sat down with Big Boy and they were doing the interview about what he has forthcoming, what's been going on, family issues, people that has taken from him, people stood back and did nothing. But he has to understand other people have other things going on. I feel like, in our opinion, in many people's opinion, Kanye feels like whenever he has something going on, everybody should rally around him, stop what they're doing, help him, assist him, and that's what it's supposed to be. He wants his boys to pull up and say, okay, what do we need to do? That's the reaction he's seeking. But can I tell you something? As strong as he is, people feel like you don't need us. You don't need us to move that mountain. You got to just move that mountain by yourself. And that's what he's frustrated about, that people don't drop what they're doing to assist and help. In regards to this Gap situation, in regards to this Adidas situation, those were your contracts. Those were your responsibility to make sure they couldn't copy your designs, take your color waves. That's the biggest thing. We've heard him talk about contracts. He don't like long contracts. But if you don't like long contracts, that's the responsibility of your attorney, that you have to maybe sit there for 2 or 3 hours to say, this is what this means. This is what this means. This is what this means. This is a learning lesson. Just how he talked about, Sway, you don't have the answers. Well, you then created something for yourself and you didn't have your contracts tight. So I get his frustration about the industry. I get it. But everybody feels like I do more for XYZ than people do for me. Well, you married a K and a J, and you're mad because they didn't tell you where the party is. And it took Travis Scott to tell you where the party was. Why didn't you call out the whole family? Oh, Chloe, I did this for you. Oh, Kendall, I did this for you. Oh, Kylie, I did this for you. Oh, Chris, I did this for you. And tell us what the plan was. Well, I had planned to have my own party, but I shouldn't have to have my own party. I should be invited to their party. You married into a family that was, and that has, she's had other marriages prior to you. Did you not see what they did to her husband before you? So why do you think it's going to be any different? I get what Kanye's saying, but he has to take accountability into who he had his children by, who had children by, how she is, how she reacts, and the friendships that she has. It's all about her. It's all about Kim. The other situation is, you have a situation where he talks about the business, and he's happy to still be here. And that's a blessing. All the comments that he's gotten, the comments he made last year, those were your choices. You can have as many conversations with your friends that you want. But as soon as you put it out in public, it could be problematic. And somebody needs to pull your coattail and say, let's not go that route. We can talk. But that's not for media. That's going to stick with you, stay with you. It's a constant, I made a decision, I can say what I want. Now, he's basically saying Kanye West says he has an issue with Jesus. He may not come when you want him to, but he's right on time. Now you're saying that the man above is supposed to move when you want him to move? We could all say that. We would all love to have the money issues you have. But we don't. You constantly are getting into lawsuits because of comments. He should have security walking with him. He should have headphones on. He should be able to hear what the media is saying, but he don't want to move like that. A lot of this stuff is his choices. Very powerful, very knowledgeable, thinks outside the box, makes his own rules, does his own thing. The United States and how people move are not going to move when you want them to move. He seemed at peace when he traveled for that year. But it's almost like she is to assist and help him. I also got that the conversation in regards to him and Big Boy was in regards to there was somewhere at a location, he kicked Big Boy out. And Big Boy was like, what? Maybe you don't want to do that right now, man. And then he was like, no, leave. So then Big Boy made it very clear, I was hurt by that. And then the rumor was you put hands on me. Big Boy was saying, nobody put hands on me. Let's get to this clip.
I have my issues with Jesus. There's a lot of stuff I went through that I prayed and I didn't see Jesus show up. So I had to put my experience in this world, my experience with my children, my experience with other people, my experience with my account, my experience with my brand, and my experience with the level of music that I was dealing with in my own hands. Like a lot of times I just feel like in our society in America, people, Christians, will depend on Jesus so much that we won't put the word in ourselves. And the main thing that really that I don't rock with is like, it's just always like, I'm gonna pray for you. And it's just like, you can actually physically do something yourself too, more than just pray.
But sometimes people can't move. Sometimes people have other stuff to do.
That's all that needs to happen, but we ain't praying our way out of prison. We ain't praying our way out of the abortion.
But
I have my issues with Jesus. There's a lot of.
But see, that's the thing. You keep questioning everybody, but people are questioning you. They're pointing the finger back at you. How successful you are, the businesses you have, more money, more problems. That's what it is. He don't want to take that concept though. He don't want to think about that concept. Your business managers, your accountants, your contract managers, all these people are supposed to make sure you're good from beginning to end. Flat out. Let's get to the next clip.
Land back that was always ours after gentrification, after the Harlem Renaissance and Black Wall Street was burned to the ground. Them prayers ain't working. We're going to have to apply actual physical building partnerships. And it don't start unless we could really be real with each other and say, this is what I did, this is what I did. Like, I mean, look at this. I know I'm not going to third rail your interview, but look at the power of what happened when me and Kyrie was on the same page. See, that's what's scary. But what they do is they put us each in an asylum and say your grandmother going to lose her crib and it's going to, you know what I mean, threats we've been dealt with. And I didn't pray my way through them threats either. I had to get up and do it myself. I had so much to do, I ain't had time to pray. So that's where.
You should always have time to pray.
Look where I'm at today. Show up. Ain't praying our way to get our.
You should always have time to pray. And that's the thing. It don't seem like he's focused on the day to day. Let me see what this contract is. How is it going to help me, bless me, encourage me, protect me from now until a lifetime? How is it going to protect my kids? Sometimes people are moving too fast that they're not paying attention to the dotted line. No compete clause. We break away, you can't create this same product until 20 years later. By 20 years later, You're not going to want to do that. The smallest things, if he would have paid attention to who you married and your contracts, wanting to build stuff where you have to get what is that, a builder's permit for, and he just do stuff and don't even get the proper builder permit, and then you say, well, who are you to tell me? Well, there's rules and regulations. Or have your own land, have your own island. Hello. Why is it that complicated? He moves so fast that he has a hard time trying to understand. You're moving so fast. What's going to protect me for the next 5 to 10 to 20 to 30 years? That's the question he has to constantly ask himself. If I marry this woman, are we evenly yoked? How will it be in regards to school? How will we teach them? How will we grow? How will they grow up? Are you kidding me? He has his daughter having a title, middle school dropout. What are you promoting here? It's concerning. Him and Kim are concerning, flat out. You got Kim letting her kids use products. They don't need those chemicals on their face. But Kim is trying to sell a product to kids. Kanye's trying to have his daughter say middle school dropout, and I get it. I get the concept. Whatever, his college dropout, whatever. But she had already said that she has learning concerns. Go back and listen to what Kim and North said about 2 months ago. He had just said he don't want his kids in that school. Not going to tell the school. He said it. He don't want his kids in that school. Well, what school are they supposed to be in? Create your own island. You can create your own rules, and people can purchase items from you. Create your own everything. Get a lawyer you trust. Get a contract lawyer you trust. Get music producers you trust. I like Ty Dolla $ign with him. Ty seems laid back. Ty Dolla $ign has his own thoughts, his own feelings, and you could tell him and Ty Dolla $ign are cool. Ty Dolla $ign got his own way of thinking. Kanye got his own way of thinking. But if Ty Dolla $ign was a certain way, Kanye wouldn't even deal with him. We get it. He's been through a lot. He has been through a lot. But going through that divorce changed him. Pete and Kim dating changed him. You were making music that wasn't okay. You were saying things that wasn't okay. And somebody has to pull his coattail to say, let's not do that, to keep you out of an issue from now until 5 years later. Let's not say that. Let's not, in this interview, when they do XYZ, he don't want to be controlled. We get it. But Sona Bella said a lot about Kanye. She said a lot about Kanye, and you really have to listen to what she was saying and how she. And I don't dibble and dabble in that, because I'll listen to certain clips, but I don't dibble in that. Everybody's journey is different. The one thing you'll have to learn is you have to do this journey sometimes by yourself, for yourself, and you have to ask yourself, in this meeting, what do I want to achieve from now to 5 years later, 20 years later? You can't listen to everybody else because they're fully not in your shoes. You have to make decisions that's good for you. And we constantly hear him complain about X, Y, and Z. As rich as you are, as smart as you are, somebody, and I think that's what Bianca brings to him. The balance of when he's doing this, she's probably saying, okay, what can we do for now until here? But he's still having lawsuit problems. People shouldn't even be able to really do what they do in regard, because they understand, but it's like, it's a lot. He's a lot. I was going to do another part of the video, but this one became long. Well wishes to him. Well wishes to him. Let's keep an eye on how these kids are going to be raised. It's already concerning of how Kim was raised. Hello. Kim was utilizing North for media. Kim was then using Safe for media. Now she's starting to use Chicago for media. And we see it. Prayers to those kids, those children, because they're being raised by Kanye, raised by Kim, Raised by Chris and raised by the K's and the J's. How can you say that your child is going to have a release album and it's called Middle School Dropout? We can already see she's engulfed in TikTok. The first major one was with Ice Spice, and Ice Spice is singing about a song that's adult content. It's concerning. The K's and the J's are seeking those kids to grow up really fast. They are. It's sad. Thanks for tuning in.